Hi, guys. Welcome to Love Aura Intuition. My name is Jay, and I'm super excited to sit down and have a chit chat with you today. And, honey, what we are going to be talking about today is one, escapism in its entirety, right? And trying to find a way to seek and escape our reality, but in ways that are more positive and uplifting to the mind, body, and spirit. And the reason for that is because so many of us are dwelling in a position of fear, one of the unknown, and then also with just what this current state of being means for us individually. And there is a need to understand that it is okay to want to break away from the current existence. But it is important to also dive into why it is one would want to separate from their current existence. What is it about your position now, maybe being still, maybe being in a position where your whole life has changed, and again, you're still. For some people that are so used to moving at a very rapid pace, there's so much of your life that is not necessarily being paid attention to. And now, due to having to be still, is somewhat put under a microscope. And you're starting to see the little things that maybe didn't bother you as much in your everyday hustle and bustle. But now that spirit has kind of turned down the speed a little bit, has allowed all of us the time and room to expand and kind of think about what it is that we see for our current state of being, or what it is that we see for our future. Things are changing. A lot of us are, starting new journeys, whether that be creating a new business or, and falling into a new position of income, or whether that just be picking up more time to figure out what's really going on internally. It's important to allow yourself that space. So first, we're going to start with just the basics here, right? Escapism. And yes, I have notes. Escapism, the tendency to seek distraction and relief from unpleasant realities, especially by seeking entertainment or engaging in fantasy. Okay? By seeking entertainment or engaging in fantasy. So, how can one do this in a way that is positive? Well, first, visualizations, meditations are an amazing way to escape one's reality, but then also find that sweet spot in between leaving your current state and moving into more of the things that may not necessarily be seen in your day-to-day. Allowing yourself the time to, one, meditate. Meditating can come in different forms. I'm especially going to touch on in a later video the breath and the wisdom that lies within the breath. So, even if that be meditation for you, could be listening to your favorite song and just focusing in on your breath, allowing yourself to breathe and watch as the thoughts flood into your mind and see what comes up. See what's making its way to the forefront of your mind to be dealt with, to be, dissected and possibly analyzed by you, so that you're then able to figure out, okay, well, why is this coming up again? What feelings are attached to this? And that brings me to the second, which is visualization. Allow yourself to maybe get some images in front of you. Get some images in front of you that are beautiful and positive and put you in a different state of being. whether it be a place that you really want to go, or maybe it could just be you sitting with your eyes closed and imagining the most perfect place for you in that moment. Allowing yourself to experience the joy and happiness that comes along with these feelings, these visuals. And try your best as you're expanding on these images in your mind's eye to get as detailed as possible. See the tree as super vibrant and green. See the base of the tree being this rich brown. See the squirrel running past that tree. Allow yourself to really unfold in your imagination while visualizing with your mind's eye. And again, these things act as beautiful ways to escape one's reality, but in a way that is positive. Another example that I have for you is journaling. So whether it be just writing in your journal how you're feeling, allowing yourself to really assess what's going on with you at this present time. One of the two questions that I love to ask myself when journaling, one being, how are you feeling? And I'm honest. And after I'm finished writing out how am I feeling, I always ask myself, what has changed? Because I want myself to see, through transcribing and writing out everything, what's changed between yesterday and today? What developments have been made? What awareness do I have today that I may have not had yesterday? What's new? It's almost like my journal's asking me, catch me up, girl, what's going on? And I'm able to then express that. Of course, you can find different ways in which to journal. There are so many different avenues and so many different journals that you can actually use that come with their own templates to kind of give you more of a hyper focus. Or if you just want to take out some blank pages and just start writing out what it is that's going on. Address it to whoever, or maybe not address it at all. That's the beauty in creating this freedom that you will then have in being able to express yourself. Another thing that I feel could definitely help is, again, with entertainment, right? So make yourself a part of the entertainment, whether it be dancing, singing, enjoying a good, dance here and there. That's beautiful. That's positive. It allows you a chance to move your body, get some of that energy flowing, and to allow for your body to give resonance to what it is that needs to be shared with your mind. Because all of this information is dwelling within our body. It's dwelling within this system. It gets to our mind last, believe it or not. So sometimes just that movement allows us to be able to then create the difference, the moment, whether it be a piece of art or whether it just be a form of expression that allows us to expand how we feel a little bit. Give more room, give more freedom to thought, give more room to not necessarily feeling so closed and boxed in. That movement, right? Another one, speaking more so on a health level in reference to nutrition and your overall health, right? The main thing with escapism is that it brings about the need for it, the seeking of it a lot of times is due to things like stress and anxiety. So what are some things that we can implement into our day-to-day life that assist with stress and anxiety? Well, adaptogens. And what are adaptogens? Well, I will read you the definition. Adaptogens are non-toxic plants that assist the body in resisting stressors of all kinds, whether physical, chemical, or biological. Okay? Some examples that I use in my own life that are adaptogens are things like Tulsi, holy basil, okay? It reduces physical and mental stress and stress related to anxiety and depression. Another one is turmeric. It boosts brain function and reduces depression. Okay, another one that I use that I don't have listed here is ashwagandha. I love ashwagandha. I'm talking about, you want a sense of calm, you want a good night's sleep, honey, ashwagandha is the way to go. Now, the taste can be a little bit off-putting, but literally you can get like vegan capsules or capsules off of Amazon. Fill it with a little ashwagandha, take it, swallow it, honey, it's in your system. And as it flows through you, you feel it. Adaptogens work. Ashwagandha has been such a lifesaver for me when I was experiencing a very long period of insomnia. I tend to get a lot of nudges in the middle of the night for the collective and myself, and it would sometimes be hard to get settled. And then once settled, it would sometimes get hard to not wake up. And I found that ashwagandha really helped me, really assisted me in getting a good night's rest, and also assisted me in, when I am up, not necessarily being as cranky because I'm a little tired and maybe needed a little extra sleep. Speaking of sleep, what's another one that we can do to help with this need for escapism? Sleep. Go to bed. Take a nap. Whenever you feel like things are just too stressful and too much in the day, a lot of us are not doing much at this moment. So we have the room and the space to just rest if that's what we need. So getting your favorite pillow, cuddling in bed, and going to sleep for a moment is a lifesaver. For some of us, maybe we're still working from home. And if you're doing so, I myself work from home. And I tend to, on my break, take a little snooze. Doesn't have to be long. It's just sometimes a moment that I'm able to give myself to reset and then enter back into the 9-to-5 world. And sometimes that mini segment of just laying down, allowing myself to acquire peace, let my body go limp, and just to allow myself to, one, focus in on my breath and just rest. Sometimes it's 15 minutes, sometimes it's 30. But I realize that how after I get up, I feel so refreshed. I feel like I've been able to give myself that reset, similar to how I do when I meditate. Because rest should be more so a part of our practice as human beings. Again, we are functioning within a system. And every system has its time where it needs to shut down, cool off, relax, enjoy your breather. And I feel like when we're experiencing a lot of stress, sometimes it's just best to cut things off, check out for a moment, allow yourself to just take in rest, and allow your body to do its own healing. Okay, so with that being said, that's basically it, folks. I just came to kind of jump in and talk to you guys about escapism. I also want to briefly touch on the profit of escapism. And that's simply that there are so many people counting on your pain and utilizing your pain and your need to escape as a way to fund their pockets. And how do they do that? By holding higher taxes on certain items, by legalizing other things so that they can profit from them. Whereas herbal medicine, as well as, herbal medicine similar to the adaptogens I just spoke to you about, as well as there's so many other different things that can help us and assist us through a time of hardship. And some of us aren't struggling as much as others. But I did want to give this video as an offering to showcase that there are different ways in which we can separate ourselves from our day-to-day and give ourselves a little bit more love, a little bit more peace, and a little bit more joy. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? So you guys, again, this was like my first video in love or intuition. So used to saying love or tarot. But I welcome you to this new space that I'm in. I want to also share with you guys that there's going to be a couple of different things that are going to be surfacing. And I'm super excited to continue this journey with you all. Please know that this was on my heart to share, and I made sure that I did so in a way that I feel was positive, was uplifting, and not necessarily just a Debbie Downer. So I hope that message came across clear. And I want you to know that I love you. Peace, love, and light to you and all those you love. Leaving you in nothing but joy. Bye now.